Fire it. Here we go.
All right, welcome to our blog again. Today I'm going to talk to Cecil Burch, who is a black belt in Megaton Dias. He's a friend of mine. He's one of my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coaches. And so I'm just going to ask him a few questions. Hey, Cecil, tell us about Megaton and the gym you work out at.
Megaton. He's pretty much a legend in Jiu-Jitsu circles. He's the only black belt who's ever competed in every Mundial. All his contemporaries have retired a long time ago from active competition, and he still lives and breathes it. He's a really good ethical person, which is number one. He's phenomenal at Jiu-Jitsu. He's a great judoka. I think he's a great coach. He knows so much, and he actively cares about making students better. Now, that might manifest itself by him yelling at you, but he does care to make you better and elevate your game. I've been berated by him many times, but it's all done because he sees some spark that maybe I can be better. So, yeah, I'm really lucky that every stripe, every belt I've got has been from Meg. And the gym, I think we have a great gym. We have no meatheads, no thugs, no roid juice heads who are looking to be MMA fighters. And nothing wrong with that. It's just there's a tendency, I think, for them to care about themselves and not the gym. We have it's a good competition school. We have a lot of guys who compete. Right now, this weekend, Meg, his daughter Mackenzie, Isaac is a purple belt, and Ilan, who's a blue belt's over in Europe competing. We just take a big team to the Pan Ams, pretty good sized team to the Mundials, good sized team to the Nationals. Everybody trains hard, but it's a good place. Nobody's looking to kill you, and you know, my kids train there. You know, my kids train. You know, even my 14-year-old trains in the adult class and has been for the last year or so. I wouldn't do that if I thought it was a kind of a low budget place. We have a good school.
So let's talk about jiu-jitsu and self-defense.
All right.
What do you think? Do you think Brazilian jiu-jitsu has a place in the self-defense world?
I think it's definitely it's part of it for sure, and I think for most people, unless you have a specific need for a particular type of self-defense, I think in general it's probably the best overall way of doing it. Number one, it works. We've proven that time and time again in so many situations. It's truly the only art that a smaller, weaker person can consistently beat a bigger person, bigger, stronger, faster, tougher guy. And again, that's been proven time after time after time. And it's proven on a daily basis. You go into any jiu-jitsu gym and you see a new guy, big tough guy, big muscular, 220-pound bodybuilder, tough guy, come in to the gym and he rolls with a 150-pound blue belt and is tapped repeatedly. That doesn't happen in typical martial art gyms, So I think as self-defense, it's proven itself. It works for smaller, weaker people. Also, what I like about it, there's less trauma to the body. You can do this stuff, especially if you separate your ego from the training. When you step on the mat, you take your ego out and put it on the side. Don't worry about winning, but you worry about getting better. You worry about performing better and increasing your game. The tendency for injuries and damage to the body is lowered substantially. And I think what that translates to is you can do this for a very, very, very long time. I mean, I'll be 47 this year, and I plan on doing this for another 45 years. And I think I can be on the mat doing this, rolling with people. I don't think even the most ardent Thai boxer, whatever, would say the same thing. Oh yeah, well I can still do such and such, but you can't get on the mat and spar and have a realistic shot at accomplishing something against a guy 30 years younger than you. So I definitely think the more mat time you have, the better you're going to be. So if I start this when I'm 20, and it's 20 years later, and I put that much time into it, I'm going to be that much better. And it's an art that's it's like compounded interest. The longer you have it in there, the longer time you put into it, the more you get back. So I definitely am a huge believer in the self-defense.
Well, I just want to thank Cecil Burch for talking to me. Remember, you can check my blog. We'll be back, relentlesstrainingconcepts.com. You can also check out relentlessmartialarts.com. It's a mirror site. Or check my Facebook or Twitter page. And so, anyway, thanks, and I'll see you next week.